The content presented is for entertainment purposes only. Some content may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. You know what's really interesting about the film and TV industry right now is that everybody's ideologies, everybody's political ideologies, their pronouns, their identities are now being filtered through all these different mediums, and it's been really interesting to see how movies and film has really gone down, and it's been kind of hard to find good films out there. If you guys have any films or anything that you feel have been really good and have been devoid of all these things, I would love for you guys to give us a comment down below and let us know. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. The Periodic Review crew is in today. My name is Jay Rhymes. In first chair is Miss Rianne. Hello, Miss Rianne.
Hi.
Over in second chair, she's comfy. Over in second chair,
I'm cold.
Is Mr. Alakai. How you doing, Mr. Alakai?
Mama, how you doing? Let me whisper in the ear.
Oh, dear heavens. I kind of like it. Do it some more.
Whoa.
So as always, ladies first. Miss Rianne, what is new with you?
I took my final for the summer semester yesterday, and I have 1 week where I don't have to think about homework, so I'm happy. I'm
Nice.
going to get some stuff done at my house now.
Yay.
Hopefully, I'll be able to use the backyard oasis at some point before the summer is over.
Yeah, with it completed at least, right?
Yeah, we got the grass. Now if it would just stop raining.
I know, it's been kind of stormy like every
like
afternoon and
it.
evening, but it's actually been
I like
nice.
it.
It's been nice and cool.
I like it,
Come on and give me some more.
but I want to use my backyard oasis.
Baby, I like it, but I want to use it some more.
Baby, I like it.
Anyways,
And that turned into a fun sing-along.
Mr. Alakai, how are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good.
It's good to see you, buddy. You're looking great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That lovely beard's kind of coming back a little bit.
Yeah. It's funny because every time I shave my beard and my baby face comes out, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's
That's
why I keep my facial hair. So it's interesting because every once in a while I'll be like, okay, I want to shave because I forgot what I looked like, and then I'm like, oh, that's what I look like. Yeah, I'm not gonna shave ever again, and then I end up shaving again. But you know.
Yep, that's kind of what I did.
I think I want to go back to what I had before with my hair all the way down to like under my chest, and then my beard like on my chest. I want to go back to that. Good times, man.
Yeah, I want the one that's like almost. The beard was almost down to my nipples, like it was getting long. I was like, let's do that again.
Okay, wait. No,
I wanna-
your beard has never been that long.
I want to get my beard to the point where I can braid it. I want to do that,
Dude.
I would have braided
got-
Jacob's, but he won't let me.
I got like these Viking beads to put in my hair. So
Ooh.
everyone,
Let me do it.
of course.
Okay.
Damn, Lex did
but
that.
anytime like I get a chance to like just sit in my chair and just braid my hair a little bit, and I'll put a little bead in there. It's actually pretty fun.
That's exciting. I've never done that before.
Are you going to be a Viking for Halloween?
Yo.
No, I'm gonna put on my Jesus robe.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean,
You gotta-
honestly,
Bro. You got to put on your robe, but then you have to have a cheddar hat. So you'll be Jesus of Nazareth.
I knew exactly where that was going.
I love it.
As soon as you said that, I was like, "Oh no, here it comes."
Here comes the sacrilege.
No, like I actually would be down to be a Viking for Halloween. I would be down for it. So if you wanted to braid my hair into those Viking braids again, I'd be down for it.
That's
fun.
right.
I'd be here for it.
Well, exciting. It's good to see you guys. I'm so happy we are here today. And so we're also happy that you all are here today. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Today's episode is sponsored by viewers like you, so thank you. If we earn your subscription today, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, click that damn bell, and turn on your notifications even, so you don't miss a content release. The best way to support the channel is to share your favorite stream or video, crush that like button, and leave us a comment down below. Send all your topic ideas, your videos, and links to theperiodicreview@gmail.com. If you missed yesterday's live stream, the Periodic Review podcast is now free on Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. All of our links are in the description down below. So welcome to the show. Now, Rhiannon and I kind of got a fresh look at the Top Gun, the 1986 classic, as well as the box office hit Top Gun Maverick.
I don't know how you got to be 40 years old and never seen the original Top Gun.
I even saw the original Top Gun for my first time a couple years ago.
Seriously. Alakai was in his early 20s when he saw it. What is up with that, Jacob?
I don't know.
I can't believe I married you.
I know.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But it's just like, how had you not seen such a pop culture icon of a movie?
I think it was because of the serious like makeout scene / suggestive sex scene, probably. Because you remember I grew up in a very
suggestive.
Oh my gosh.
It was
that is the most
at.
mild sex scene you've seen in a long time.
It was
I know,
very
but
hinted.
at the same time, though, when I was growing up around that time,
Okay.
we weren't allowed to watch this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
but then you grew up and you moved out.
And now we got some gnarly stuff going on, like The Boys. Like,
oh goodness,
like that show. But
I don't know how that show is still being made. Honestly, like,
The Boys,
it's crazy
because
like,
it's so in your
it's
face.
so
the story,
effed up. Like
the story does kind of keep you pulled in, and it keeps you going, as messed up as and as gory as it is. And sometimes I will admit, sometimes the gore is like, oh, okay, like that's too much. Like that's so.
I remember
that's so
seeing.
stupid.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
why
stupid,
I haven't watched
the
the whole
amount that-
series. It was too much for me.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like aggressively gory, but then
Yeah.
I don't know. Then you have like Top Gun, what's the original one rated? Is it PG-13 or is it R?
I think it's PG.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's PG.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, it is
wasn't-
now. They probably changed the rating.
That was
I was gonna
probably
say, like, it
before
wasn't-
PG-13, though. I think
Yeah.
PG-13. Well,
We had
maybe.
this
No,
whole-
PG-13 was in 86. Like it was, but I think they changed the rating on it.
We had this whole discussion on another podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it
on
was like
ratings,
I
but-
could have sworn. Yeah, it came out August 10th, 1984. So PG-13 was around.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I'm sure it was PG-13.
I was gonna say this is like technically G-rated at this point. Like, in,
Yeah, I would say like this is
in
something.
cinema history.
This is
I
something
must
that I would
say,
be.
I do like all the tidy whities and white towels.
Oh, baby,
I wasn't sad about that.
hot man butt and whitey tidies.
This is something that you could put on freaking Disney Channel at 11 at night, and it would be totally fine.
Speaking of Disney Channel, I went full embargo. I am completely boycotting Disney and anybody associated with.
He
that
won't even
company.
watch HBO anymore.
Nope. Because apparently
they
they're
bought-
owned. Like 50% is owned by Disney.
I'm keeping HBO for the sole fact that they have all 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions. So that's why I'm
So
keeping
I think it's owned by Time Warner and Disney. So HBO Disney partnership.
which is weird because I haven't seen anything Disney related on HBO.
And so, what does that say? Hold on. Comicbook.com has something about here. Disney Plus and HBO Max announce new streaming partnership beginning with Ron's Gone Wild.
Ron's Gone Wild?
I've never even heard of
What the
it.
hell is that?
F if I know.
And who's Ron?
Ronald Weasley. Nope.
That's
wrong
not
Ron.
it.
Wrong Ron. So apparently they're doing like a bundle thing.
Ronald McDonald?
No, they're bundling Disney Plus and HBO streaming partnership. So Disney will have readjusted a streaming contract that deals with the rights of 20th Century Studios releases. 20th Century Studios, formerly known as 20th Century Fox, had a deal in place that saw all of its theatrical releases go to HBO on their first run TV and streaming rights. That contract runs through 2022, but Disney and Warner Media reworked the final year of the deal, allowing the companies to share streaming rights. So that basically means that any of the stuff that's on from that studio, they can stream on either site. It's basically what they're saying. Interesting.
Okay.
So anyways, back to hot, sweaty men. Did you notice that in the first Top Gun, like everybody was like all oiled up and like sweaty all the time, like everywhere, like in the submarine, sweaty, outside, sweaty. Like
I would assume that in that line of work, you're going to be hot all the time.
Back
so
in '84,
sense.
they didn't have like massive AC. Like I didn't even have AC in my school.
That sucks.
no way.
Yeah, I didn't have AC like all through high school. We never had AC.
But you also grew up in northern Utah. Like I grew up in Arizona.
still gets
Everybody had friggin' AC everywhere.
But
Otherwise you're sweating your ass off.
okay. Anyway, plus it's like women like men in like back then. That was the quintessential like masculine, hot, sweaty men in a uniform. It's like, oh, so sexy.
With a mustache too?
Oh yeah.
Everybody had porn stashes. It was great.
There are days when I just like I debate on doing it, and then I'm like, no, there's
you
no
can
way.
pull it off. Like you got a
no
really good like thick stash on your upper lip. Like you could really pull it off. Like I unfortunately couldn't.
I don't know.
My
how
thickness is
comfortable-
like in my jowls, like right here. Where you like you can pull off the.
I don't know
stash.
how comfortable I'd be looking at myself and being like, what the hell is that on my face? Like, I don't know.
Hide
But then
your
again,
wife, hide
it's
your
weird.
kids.
It's weird because like nowadays on dating apps, like what I'll see is a lot of girls being like, I'm a sucker for a mustache, and I'm like, what? A mustache?
Yeah, they call that thigh ticklers.
That's what they call them. Jeez. Well, I
did not
You know,
say
I got
that.
Happens. You
I
know.
got double.
You know why?
I got double the thing because I mean I got the beard. I got the.
You know why men start going gray a lot in their beard, right?
Stop. Okay, whoa.
All right.
Whoa. We know.
Strong enough for a man, but pH balance for a woman. That was a good joke.
On
Come
this week's
on.
episode of the
We
periodic
need to
review,
reel it back to the family friendly side.
Anyway.
I
Oh,
have
is
no
that
idea
what
how
we're
we
doing?
got here.
Is that what we're doing? Oh, hey, Joe Lewis on Facebook. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, dude.
Welcome to the family
And
and the dogs.
the dogs. Hey, dude. We're happy that you're here. If you have thoughts, please comment.
The 86 version or the first installment of the Top Gun, I felt aside from lots of sweaty men in underwear and the steamy sex scenes.
Everybody's question whenever like I start having the Top Gun conversation, everybody's question is, so what'd you think of Miles Teller? Like that's always like one of the first questions.
Miles
that comes
Teller?
up. The rooster.
Rooster.
Awesome.
Yummy.
Guy was.
He did a
Oh my
great
goodness.
job.
I'm sorry, but if I was 15 years younger.
You might jump ship and find greener
Babe.
pastures.
He would be on the list.
Okay.
He did phenomenal. Like
did
throughout
great.
the whole movie, like when they reference back to Rooster's dad, when they reference back to Goose, it's like, yep, I buy that that's his kid. And like, then you have like that introduction
totally
scene.
looks like
You
Yeah.
have that introduction scene where they're in the bar and he walks by. Maverick looks behind him, sees him walk in, and he's like, you can tell that there's just that awkward tension there because he sees him and he knows who that is.
Yeah.
And he like puts his head down, so you're like, oh, like what happened?
Yeah.
And so you learn throughout the movie what's going on. And then you have that scene where he's outside and he walks by and he sees Rooster on the piano playing that Great Balls of Fire song.
Yeah.
And like
kind
he-
of bugs out a little bit. He's
yeah.
like, whoa.
So then you get like a little flashback to when that was Goose and him playing that song together
Yeah.
in their favorite bar with the kid Rooster sitting on the piano with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love how they depict that with Tom Cruise standing there in the window, like, oh my goodness, I failed Rooster, I failed Goose, like, and so you get this whole journey of like that family dynamic between the two, and it pays off. Like that dynamic between those two is one of my favorite parts in the entire movie. Is just their relationship.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a pretty great part of the film
Yeah.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
I like
the 80s one. It was kind of hard to follow the dogfighting. I don't know if you guys saw that too, and they reused some shots, and they kind of like the way that they cut it together. You kind of get lost, and you don't really understand what's going on in all the dogfighting and stuff. You're just kind of like, wait a minute, what wasn't that coming up from the left side and not the right? That would wait.
So
they,
it's hard because like nowadays we have the right equipment to use to capture that. All that stuff perfectly.
Yeah, for sure.
And then back then, the 80s, like they were very limited to what they could do.
Yeah.
Granted, like still, even with what they did in the 80s, it was a film that was well ahead of its time.
I think it was still really good. I mean, Jacob liked it. Like
I really enjoyed it. Like I was surprised I enjoyed the first one. The first one was like, okay, this kind of seems a little gay, but it's kind of good.
So the first one, what I didn't like about it is it's just... There's not really much of a story to it. It's just these two. It's just these two best friends.
Oh my gosh! Should we show Alakai the Quentin Tarantino breakdown of Top Gun?
No, because I don't want to get copyright stricken. But we can show him afterwards.
Oh my gosh! Okay, we have to show it to you.
Okay.
He goes on this big long rant on how.
Let him finish this up though.
I guess we should also say spoiler alert for Top Gun if you haven't seen Top Gun. Like.
So Maverick dies. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought that he was. I genuinely thought that he was done.
You know what?
I assumed this was just going to be a sequel and then done. But
So that's another one of my favorite parts in the entire movie is the fact that like they chose not to kill him. And in most military movies, everybody dies.
Yeah.
But like one of the big points in this movie was we need to get everybody back home alive. Like they were really hammering in that as part of the mission. And they pulled it off. Like, yeah. I was actually concerned that they were just going to end it there and let Maverick be killed off. And then, nope. Like, they gave that whole story between Rooster and Maverick and had that whole turnaround between them.
So it was funny because when we were in the theater, like, the whole thing stressed me out. I was so stressed.
Oh, she was.
I was so stressed. But then I turned to Jacob, like, when they made him the mission lead or whatever. Mm-hmm. I turned to Jacob, I said... God damn it, I've been stressed out way too much to have him die at the end. They better not kill him off. I was like, if they kill him off, I was so mad. But I did cry a little bit. Mm-hmm. But one of my favorite parts was...
I did too. It was really emotional.
It was pretty moving.
Yeah.
But when they went to the enemy airfield, mm-hmm. and they're just like walking across the thing.
They're just chill.
And he's like, so there's some guys over there. 2 more over there. Yeah,
maybe we should run.
Maybe we should run. And he's like, yeah, let's run. He's like, yeah, you think? And he like,
that
whole scene was pretty awesome.
They're dynamic, those two. Oh my goodness, I love those two. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I like Top Gun Maverick way more than I like the first one.
I agree.
And with that, I also liked Rooster's and Maverick's dynamic more than I liked Goose's and Maverick's. Just because with them, like with Goose and Maverick, you already assume that they're the best of friends. But with Rooster and Maverick's relationship, it's like you spend the movie earning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well, and you know that there's a history there, but they don't give it away too much, so it keeps you engaged on why and how. So that I thought that was really great.
Are they
going
to figure it out and get through it, or are they going to still like
yeah,
bang heads against each other pretty much?
But I did love the character Goose. When I first saw the movie, like, he was my favorite character. Mm-hmm. And when I saw the movie again yesterday with Jacob before we went to the second one, I was like, he's still my favorite character.
Really?
Yeah.
He still is, and even more so because, like, the arrogance that Maverick had that Tom Cruise played in the first movie irritated me.
Yeah.
So bad. So bad.
We're such badasses. We're the best.
See, he's kind of like annoyingly arrogant in the first movie, and then the second movie comes around. It's like, this is a weathered,
seasoned so he was
veteran.
Like humbled and like
he still takes risks. He's still a badass.
Yeah, but he was humbled and he thought first of his crew and stuff. And so it was cool that you saw the maturity. But the one Hangman,
yeah,
he bugged the
annoying.
living crap out of me, and his mouth and nose are too small for his freaking face.
It reminded us of somebody back in the
oh my gosh, yes,
our security installation
it was
days.
Like it was him.
You never
totally.
got to meet him. Alakai, but yeah, we
He
were just
didn't?
like, no, I don't think he's ever met him.
Is this the one that I've heard so much about before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
my old boss.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
But you
my
never
gosh,
met
it
him,
was
though.
just like him. It was him. And, ooh, maybe that's why I wanted.
Yeah,
I
that's
spent the
why-
whole time anytime his face was on screen, I wanted to just smack it.
Yeah, I felt vindicated when they were picking people and it's just like Hangman's name didn't get called. I was like, yes.
Yeah. Well, I did appreciate how like they were able to give him some kind of redemption, because obviously his character is kind of meant to almost mirror Iceman,
Yeah.
which like Iceman in the first movie, like he's kind of depicted as a piece of shit, but like by the end of the movie you're like, okay, I respect him.
Yeah.
And Hangman definitely didn't earn the same respect that Iceman did,
Yeah.
because I mean, like, come on. Like he came in for 1 second, but like, and granted he did save their asses, but like, still,
Yeah.
it just, I don't know, it just
And he
didn't
paid
hit
his
as,
respects in the end, so he
Yeah.
had a little bit of character progression, which is good.
Yeah, it didn't hit quite as hard as Iceman's
Yeah.
did. So
Well, because that was
I
Val
feel you.
Kilmer. Hello.
it's not just that; it's like also I did appreciate how they brought him back though.
Yeah.
That was such a heartwarming moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he looks so old though.
He does.
Yeah, can you
So
see the difference between the two and go, how does this work? Like,
Yeah, like Tom Cruise hasn't aged at all, but Val Kilmer, it's like, oh,
it's all those Kegels and baby's blood,
yeah.
allegedly.
The old
Did you say Kegels?
Yes.
the old Batman.
Do you even know what Kegels are?
Yeah, but he's doing it anyways.
Okay.
Moving on.
I'm on one today. I apologize. Something I really enjoyed was those kind of like military movies. Sometimes they push really really hard, like F yeah America, let's go kick some ass. And this one, it was just like, no, this is a serious mission. We need to make sure that everything's perfect. I was just like, oh wow, this is definitely an interesting way to take on that, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like it was really good. Like it wasn't so like hard, like pro-American, which I do like, but it was like very mild, and it was like there wasn't anything like really ideology wise.
Well, it depends on who you're asking. To us, it doesn't seem like it was pushing any huge, strong narrative,
No,
but
it really didn't seem like it was.
I'm
So
sure
the
there are
first-
people who think it does.
So the first one
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like doesn't have much of a story. The second one I feel has a really solid story.
Yes.
You follow there's several, the thing is that this has several different stories in it. This has the story of Rooster and Maverick and their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It has the story of the mission and all these, like this team building their relationships together and their trust so they can pull this thing off, which is supposed to be impossible.
Yeah.
You have the relationship between Penny and Maverick, which that was probably the drag of the film.
I agree.
I
I didn't get
really-
the chemistry between them very much.
I thought their chemistry was fine. I wasn't invested in their story like I was for the rest of it. Like
From
that's cool. Like I want to
the blonde girl. What
not necessarily that. It's just that I just wasn't invested in that story.
well,
Like,
they didn't really do much to build it at all,
Yeah.
or to give the history, so it was hard to feel invested.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a different story than the chick that he had in the first film.
Yeah, because she was part of the program that they were in at the time.
Yeah.
With this chick, she's kind of just on the side. Like,
Yeah.
she's just outside of it. She
So-
ran the bar that he went to, and like that's pretty much it. Like, and that's fine. Like I'm glad that we got to see Maverick end up with someone and end up happy in the end. Like that's great. Love that. I just wasn't invested in their story.
Right. They didn't
I
do
feel
much
like
to. So
the love
why
story
even
was
have it in
forced.
there?
Yeah, I feel like if they cut out the whole love story, like
What's that actress's name?
Jennifer Connelly
Jennifer Connelly.
played Penny Benjamin.
So she's hot, and I kind of like she's a very good actress, and I kind of feel like they're like, oh yeah, if we're gonna have her in the movie, let's
Fun fact,
let's give her
do
a part.
do you know what movie she first starred in?
What?
Labyrinth.
Really?
That was her first movie?
Yeah.
I never saw Labyrinth.
What? Whoa.
Listen,
What?
there's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's so many movies, Rianne, like, that's not fair.
But Labyrinth. That's a cult classic. This is like Jacob not seeing Top Gun. How have you not seen Labyrinth?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Is it good?
It has David Bowie in it.
TV movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm checking her IMDb really quick. Huh. Got to go all the way down to the bottom. Actually, Labyrinth was not her debut film.
Okay, it may not have been her debut, but it was her breakout.
She was young Deborah in Once Upon a Time in America.
Okay, but Labyrinth was her breakout, where she really got noted. So it may not have been her first, but it was the one that made her famous.
Okay. I could probably give you that.
Yeah, you can. You better. Na.
The Top Gun Maverick like fight sequences and stuff, I think was really genuine as far as like, you know, what like act like their maneuvers and stuff like that, and actually watching it made more sense.
No, all those actors threw up at least once.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure, bro. I'm sure everyone's just like, ugh. But
Dude.
like, and they use like real aircraft and stuff, and like they filmed it like a lot of real stuff. They didn't use a lot of
They definitely
CGI, which is awesome.
They definitely used their budget very well.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise was the only one that was actually flying in his scenes.
Yeah,
I think
I could definitely tell that.
And like he definitely has his pilot's license. That plane that he actually flies at the very end with Penny in it.
Yeah,
that's his plane.
Really?
Yeah, that's his plane, and
I wonder.
I guess he flies it all the time.
I wonder what kind of plane it was.
No idea.
It looked like a P-51 Mustang.
Stuff like that like makes me really think like, dang, like maybe I should have changed my major to aviation. Like, yeah.
Let me see if like they. Dude, you're not gonna believe this, bro. You're not gonna believe this.
Or am I?
You're not gonna believe this.
I might.
Okay, tell us then.
Shoot, I just moved it to the wrong spot. I'm sorry. Hold on. Check it out. ScreenRant.com. Top Gun 2's ending plane has a deeper meaning, so obviously that's correct. But guess what plane it is?
The one you just said.
P-51 Mustang. Oh, I said 52, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
So I was damn close.
Well, look
Close
at
enough.
you.
That's pretty damn close. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know very much about aviation and stuff, but the little I knew, I kind of recognized it, so I knew it was something of that nature.
Yeah, I knew nothing about. I still know nothing about aviation. I took one aviation course at SUU, and definitely put a sour taste in my mouth because it was one of those like online classes and one of those like weed out classes where it's like
Very dry and not interesting.
So it was just like it was risk management, and I understand like that's important. Like you definitely need to take that and
Watch.
but you also
Alakai walks in. I don't care about no risk. I'm Maverick, bitches. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean like if I did ever go into aviation and wanted to fly a plane, like that would definitely be like my first priority is risk management, as it should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it was, that class was all online. There wasn't like any face-to-face type of conversation about it, so it was like I'm just not that invested. And I guess all the other classes in aviation are all like spent learning how to fly. So
Yeah.
I want low-key, like I might go back to school one day and be like, time to get my pilot's license.
Yeah, get your pilot's license. Go work for a huge like corporation and then get us free airline tickets. We'd love that.
I don't know. I'm still kind of set on that saturation diving.
Okay, that's not so much fun unless you are staying in a place that's super exotic, and then you can invite me and Jacob to come visit
Yeah, that's true.
and chill on a beautiful beach in like Bali or something. I don't know.
I might.
Bali.
I might do it. I might drop out of school and do it.
Okay, wait. Okay. Well, I
Go
didn't say
for it,
drop
dude.
out of school, but you never know.
could
I
do
might
it.
finish up school and do it after.
That works too.
You could do it.
Anyways,
I've known you well enough. Like you can do anything you put your mind to.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I believe in you.
What was that?
What was
Somebody
what?
next door, probably.
No.
Somebody hit
So
the
there was
wall.
like a big thud.
Oh, probably somebody hit the wall because we're the middle unit.
She hit the wall.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let's let the. Yeah, that thing.
that thing.
So,
Skip-
what are we most excited about? Like for like new stuff. Have you watched much new stuff that has been interesting? Or
Well, really quick, I want to ask you guys, like, what are your ratings on Top Gun 1 and Top Gun 2? What would you give them?
That's hard because I would give Top Gun 1 like a 6 just because of nostalgia. Right?
that's not okay.
I would give that one a 6 as well. Actually, no, I'd give Top Gun 1 a 7. I would give it a 7.
Yeah, the problem is I watched it. I watched it just recently, so it's been many years. So I mean, I can only go off of if I would have liked it back then and if I thought it was good for back then. I'd probably give it a 7.
I think it deserves
Like a solid
some
7.
credit, yeah.
I don't think it was an absolute dumpster fire, but yeah, the story, like the storytelling was definitely lacking for sure. And the restarting of that stupid "Take My Breath Away" song like 5 different times. I'm just like, bro, like seriously, it's like
I like that, like the guitar solo that they do.
Yeah.
Like that.
At the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
love that.
funny
Like,
is the beginning scenes in the first movie and the second movie were almost identical.
yeah.
they were,
I did notice that.
because they have the same song going.
Same song
Like-
track, everything, and
Oh
they
my
played out the
goodness.
whole thing.
Yeah.
And I mean I like the way that they paid tribute to the first movie.
I do too. Like,
Yeah. they
Like
did
the
a good
volleyball
job.
scene, I missed out on because I had to pee.
I like how
But
they actually explained the reasoning as to why that scene's in there. They're like, "What's the point?" And then Maverick's just like, "Here's your team. Like,
Oh.
this is what it is. You said to
Yeah.
build a team. This is it."
Yep.
So
okay, I didn't even know that because I missed that. But like, I liked the scenes and like the one where he's on his old. They use the same motorcycle
yeah.
from
Yep.
the first
Same
one to the
jacket.
second one, same
Uh-huh.
jacket, and then the scene with him driving on the runway with the jet
Yeah.
kind of thing.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it's
So-
pretty legit. Like
Also, what'd you think of that introduction scene where, he's trying to hit Mach 10 and then eventually
I
goes
can't.
like take a step.
I thought it was starting to
can't.
become a sci-fi movie, and I was like, is this guy gonna like go back to the future or something?
He
Is he
eventually-
hitting like 88 miles an hour,
It
and he's just like, oh
stressed me
shit.
out. I'm
But
like,
then, like-
if it's Jacob, was I not so stressed out in that first scene?
I thought you were gonna break my fingers. You were squeezing them so
Seriously.
hard.
But like he hits Mach 10 and then he's like, all right, time to take it up. And the audience and then like even
Yeah.
the guys that are in the control room, they're like, oh, don't do it. Like even I was like, don't do it.
Like, dude, you just hit it. Like, just back off and
Yeah.
head back. You know.
yeah. And then of course he's Maverick. He's got to hit his limit. And then he ends up blowing up the plane.
Dumbass.
And then, and then you have that whole scene where he walks into a restaurant and he's like, "Can I get some water?"
Oh my gosh! Now that scene,
That
Where
was
am I?
so funny.
that
Earth.
was funny, but scene, I turned to Jacob. I'm like, yeah, he's really showing his age in this scene
Yeah.
because he really did look 60.
Yeah,
in that
he looks
scene.
kind of old.
Yeah.
Well, at least in that scene, all the other scenes, he looked really
He
good.
looks amazing. Yeah.
I actually think he's more handsome now that he's older than I thought he was more handsome in the second season than in the second movie rather than the first movie. In the first movie, I was like,
'Cause
you're
his-
too young and arrogant.
his
I
teeth-
have no, yeah,
His teeth are a little bit better in this one anyway. So
that's
yeah.
for sure. But it didn't have anything to do with teeth. I think I'm more attracted to maturity and like, you know what I mean? Rather
Yes.
than
So why'd you
young
marry someone
arrogance.
so young?
he's got
Good question.
Good question. Okay, let's get to the bottom of it. Just kidding.
He's got like this wisdom to him almost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
So.
like his eyes are a little more humble.
Yeah. You can tell he's a man that's definitely seen some shit and been through some stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I give Top Gun Maverick a 9. I give that one a solid 9. It's pushing 10, but like.
Well, I think, I think objectively, probably the love story didn't really feel like it fit completely well.
That's the only reason it's not a 10.
I didn't like the love scene or the love story, but
The
way I gauge it is if I would watch it again and feel like it would entertain me.
Yeah,
that's true. That's fair.
After maybe I'd give it a 9.5.
So if I can do that, it's high. It's like a 9.5, a 10. Like I could watch that. Like The Greatest Showman, I could watch it again.
Never seen it.
Okay, but like I could rewatch The Greatest Showman, so that was like a 10 for me. Plus it was musical. This one just felt good.
Yeah. Well,
and it was
fun. It was entertaining. It was adventurous.
And it had some handsome people.
Yeah. Everybody was almost everybody was represented in there. So
yeah,
they had white Americans, black Americans, brown Americans.
I appreciate the language of it too.
The women. Just one, but at least there was one.
She was cute as hell. So I mean,
I liked her.
Yeah,
feisty.
Anyways, God, what was I saying?
I don't know.
I forgot what I was saying.
But I was perusing through some of the reviews, and some of there were some criticisms, and they were actually coming. Allegedly, they were coming from. Like retired like military and Air Force and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
and they're
what
saying
I was gonna
that
say.
some of the stuff that the way that it was happening and how much time had passed, like they assumed that he was more closer to like in his mid 60s, like almost in his 70s, like
you saying that had me remember what I was gonna say.
There was there's some dispute as far as like the repercussions for destroying an experimental plane, which is probably worth tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, he gets a slap on the wrist and then he gets sent to Top Gun to teach people. Like, so some of this stuff, like military wise, I guess didn't make as much sense.
So that's the thing that I appreciate about it too, though, is like a lot of military movies tend to use all this language that I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But like with this one, it was like.
It was about the people, not necessarily doing a perfect representation of the military.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm totally fine with. Like,
I thought they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I tend to watch movies more for like the relationships and the people that are in them.
Yeah.
Hello. And dog came in late on me, but
hey, Dad.
yeah, like this, it was easy to follow. So I mean that, yeah.
I really like Hondo and
Mavericks
and Pete's like relationship. He was the lead guy in the experimental program, and he was also on the aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Is that the same person?
I think so.
I want to say it was. Oh yeah, Yellow Americans too. Lieutenant Yell. See, everybody's represented. Good game. Sorry.
You're gonna get us canceled.
GG's.
Well, there's always Rumble.
Oh my goodness. Because everyone uses that.
Well, it's become very popular right now. I think they have over 50 million users right now.
Dude, I don't even know what Rumble is right now.
It's supposed to be like a YouTube alternative.
Huh.
A free speech.
It's supposed to be focusing more on freedom of speech. Like they're not
I was gonna say, yeah,
cancel
YouTube,
people or tell people they can't put stuff on it.
Some of YouTube's rules are just kind of weird now, but
yeah, they don't really make a lot of sense once you start seeing them apply. Well, you read the terms of service and then you see how they're applied, and they don't make sense, especially to certain individuals or certain political leanings or ideological beliefs.
Yeah, there was a time where YouTube had this whole thing where you couldn't use any music unless it was something that you made yourself. Like not even like non-copyrighted music that is just donated for users.
Yeah.
With
Like-
free
Well,
usage.
Mhm.
Yeah, the free use act, or not free use, but what is it called? Not free use. It's
I forgot what it was
it's
called,
something. It's
but-
called something else, and I can't think of the word right now. But basically, it allows you to have up to like 30 seconds of somebody else's material, like music wise.
Is that what it is?
Fair use.
Okay.
So that's basically fair use. So like if you use,
Didn't I say that?
like supposedly you're supposed to be able to use like 30 seconds, like a clip of something or like a bit of music and like an intro or an outro. That's supposed to be under fair use. The only thing about that is that every time I used even stuff that was supposed to be free, like of royalties and stuff like that, they were flagging our videos. And so I was like, all right, fine. I'll just use my old band's music. It's going to sound like crap because it's not properly recorded or mixed or mastered. And you know what? We're just going to go with it. And so that's why we use music from my old band. That was a long explanation, but there it is.
I mean, it's definitely fair. I mean, starting to get some traction, so. Yeah, I don't have any more thoughts for Top Gun. At least not
So
right now anyway.
6-7 for the first one, and
I give it
9,
7.
9-5. Oh, 7.
I give Top Gun 1 a 7. I think it deserves some credit.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, I give a 9.
The planes are cool. I mean, watching the planes like take off and land on like floating fucking excuse me. Well, there it is. This video is not going to be monetized anytime soon. What was I even saying? Something about
aircraft carriers.
Oh yeah, so watching him take off and land on the aircraft carriers was super nerve-wracking because they're not long enough for a plane to stop, and they're not long enough for planes to take off. So basically what it is they link up the front part of the plane to basically a slingshot.
Yeah.
So this mechanical slingshot that basically throws the plane off of it basically yeets the plane, and it has to be going fast enough with the afterburners full blast. That's why there's a plate that comes up so it has friction, and basically they got to be thrown off of this thing fast enough that they don't go into the ocean. And then when they come in, there's these big steel braided cables that go across when they land on the other side, and there's 8 or 10 of them, and basically there's a hook on the back of the plane, so when it lands you're supposed to hopefully hook one of them, and it basically stops your plane. It's nerve-wracking watching it happen. I'm just oh geez, jeepers Judy. I apologize. We know we're not supposed to use the F word, but
it happened today.
It happened.
First time.
That's not true. You did it in the past.
Did I?
Did I?
I don't know. I know Rianne definitely hasn't slipped. I think I'm the only one. Maybe Alec, I slipped once.
I don't recall.
Oh, maybe it was just me just now.
Somebody go back and rewatch all of our podcasts and tell me where I say the F-bomb just so I can prove Jacob wrong.
Oh.
Anyways.
But it was a good solid movie all around.
Yeah.
And
So you want to know something funny? I have a cousin that has gone and seen it 11 times.
That's fine.
I don't know
in
if
the
it's
theater.
that good, but I would probably
fine.
see it a couple more times.
He is a dentist, so he does have the means to do it, but 11 times.
I do think that it is a movie that deserves to be seen in a theater.
I agree.
Watching it at home is fine, but just the sound quality and the visuals, you got to watch it in the theater.
It was intense for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody was so sweaty in the first one, everywhere. Everybody sweat.
The big huge beads of sweat on the face.
Sweat. And then
Tasty.
the second one, the only time people were sweating was on the beach.
The volleyball scene. Or I guess
2022, man.
And you know what's funny is everybody calls it the volleyball scene. They're playing football.
Yeah, they're kind of playing some. Yeah,
Are they?
it's the beach.
They're playing football. Yeah.
the volleyball. Yeah, the first one's volleyball. Yeah, the second one they're kind of playing a weird. like football kind of thing.
Yeah, they're just playing football on the beach.
Kind of.
So.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, because they were supposed to play with certain rules and stuff, and basically when Stu Ham's character came over, he's just like, "Hey, so why aren't we teaching people?" And this is kind of like a team building thing for him, and so they each had a football, and they were both trying to get it to the other side, and they had rules and stuff. He's just like, "Yeah, they stopped counting like a long time ago. They're just playing to play."
Like they're having fun.
Yeah, which is awesome. That's great.
He's
team
like,
building.
who's winning? I don't know.
Yeah. So what are some stuff you guys? We got about 15 more minutes. What are you guys, I guess, pretty hyped about, or what have you seen recently that you thought was pretty good and recommend, or stuff you've watched and you would not recommend and you wouldn't share it with your best friend?
I recommend seeing Elvis. Like, honestly, I really do. I think there's a lot of people.
What is that on?
Huh?
It's in the movie theaters.
It's in the theaters.
Oh,
right now.
okay.
It should be coming out pretty soon here because it's been in the theaters for about 2-3ish months now. But yeah, I recommend seeing it.
Baz Luhrmann did that, right?
I forget the name. The only name that I know in that movie is Austin Butler. Is the guy who played Elvis. But which, like, for him, like, he did such a good job portraying Elvis that throughout the movie you just accept him as Elvis. So by the end of the movie, when they're showing all these pictures and videos of Elvis Presley himself, it feels kind of weird because you just accept Austin Butler as the king of rock and roll.
Huh. See, that probably makes sense because it's not like you didn't grow up with Elvis, really.
Yeah, I didn't.
See, but where I kind of grew up with, I mean, Elvis was dead when I was, but like he was still pretty popular when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So like I saw movies with him in it and stuff. So I wonder if I'll have that same takeaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I kind of know.
I've gotten the same, like everybody else that I've talked to about it has given me the same.
Really?
Yeah. Like.
So now we'll have to watch it and have to.
I think
Tom Hanks is in it.
Yeah, he plays the Colonel, his manager. But I mean, I will say, like, I've noticed that a lot of the older crowds aren't as big of a fan of this movie, and I think this movie was made more for a younger crowd because of like the way that it's filmed and some of the music that they use. They kind of use it as like a window for people of our generation to be able to relate to Elvis in that time, because he is a very relatable person. Just like he's just a guy just trying to do right by his parents and make music at the same time. At least the younger version of him, but I thought it was great. I would give that movie like a 8.
Oh, solid.
So
solid.
Who's the producer of Elvis, babe?
Producer
or director?
Director was Baz
Luhrmann. Yeah. So he did Moulin Rouge,
which I
Australia.
I saw once.
So he did Moulin Rouge, Australia.
I didn't see Australia.
Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. So we'll have to watch it.
We're all excited for season 3 for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Locke season 3 is out.
If you don't have Apple TV Plus, I highly recommend getting Apple TV Plus.
Yeah,
there are some bangers on there.
Yeah, and we may be switching to some other ones. I mean, depending on how. I don't know. Netflix is starting to get pretty woke too, so I'm starting to get to the point where I'm just done with like people just putting out shit, and so I'm just not gonna support them anymore.
Yeah, a lot of streaming services.
Well, if you look at it through the lens of everything is propaganda, it's a little bit easier to swallow.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
A lot of streaming services now are just trying to put out whatever. So
I watched The Sandman.
I've heard some mixed things about that.
Yeah, I mean the world and the characters and the ideas around it were really interesting. It kind of reminded me, what was that one sci-fi movie, Dark City? Is that where there's like
that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting, but there was like some scenes in there I thought were kind of weird, and everybody is. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, if you like these kind of films, that's fine. I don't really care, but it just seems like it's a love letter to the LBGT community throughout the whole film or the whole series, and so it just kind of felt like it wasn't, you know, a film for me. But I'm just
Well, I mean, not that it's bad that there's LGBTQ.
no, but it's like.
But are you saying you couldn't relate to it at all because
Yeah.
you're not part of that community?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that great. Even with those relationships in there that wasn't really built. And that's the thing too, is like I still to this day, Rianne, like Schitt's Creek was probably the best
Oh, I freaking
progressive
love Schitt's Creek.
of a, you know, a gay relationship on
Oh,
in a TV
I
show.
love their relationship.
Yeah, like David and
Patrick.
Patrick's relationship was probably the best like relationship I've seen. And it's like because it was just so compelling and good storytelling, great actors portraying. Like we need more of that. Not just all white people are bad and white old people are terrible. And it just bugs me. It's like, you know, like we get it.
Extremes in any
On any
way.
side. Like
Yeah.
I even said like I was really surprised that they didn't like push more, you know, right leaning and like, you know, pro America and yeah, you know, America, F yeah. I thought they were going to be doing more of that in this Maverick film, and they didn't. It was actually very mild, and
It was more about the story between people than it was about.
It wasn't about the politics. It was about the story, and it was about telling interesting characters and watching their progression throughout the film. So that's really important to me. And if you can't tell good stories with, you know, relationships with the same sex, then don't even bother making a film, honestly. Like, I want to see good character progression. Make it make sense. You know, don't pull a Supergirl. Don't pull a Batgirl, you know? Like, this shit's getting shut down, like, so fast because so many of these shows are just getting so woke and so emboldened. Even on both sides, like, it's just really annoying. Oh, sorry. My bad. We saw some stand-up comedian shows, or specials, which were pretty good. I still can't remember the dude that we watched on Netflix. I think it was a pretty recent one.
It wasn't that memorable.
It wasn't that memorable, that's true. But the Andrew Schultz one on YouTube was spectacular. But that was like 2 years ago. It was his crowd work special.
I have a question just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I rewatched all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies this last week. What are your thoughts on this new upcoming Rings of Power? Because I'm
skeptical.
I saw one image of Celebrimbor, and I was like, no. Like, the image of Galadriel, I was like, hell yeah. But then I saw Celebrimbor, and I was like, nah. Actor, fine, but like just the vibe,
like,
doesn't feel like Celebrimbor. So.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
The world and stuff.
Celebrimbor is the one that made all the rings.
So, AKA Sauron, right?
No, he was manipulated by Sauron to make the rings, and so.
Yeah, so, I mean, as far as like the world aspects look interesting, like the orcs and stuff, or goblins, or whatever the F. Orcs.
Whichever
orcs.
they're using.
Yeah, whatever species, like bad guy they're using at this point in time. Like, they look interesting. Like, some of the characters and stuff look interesting. They haven't been received very well online. All the stuff that's come out, the first look stuff has not been accepted by the fandom very well. A lot of the first look stuff not accepted very well. The some of the characters, they did like a short, like kind of fan service thing that they did and put it up on on Prime. Did not go well. In fact, they took it down, and it did
Ouch.
really, really bad on YouTube. And so far, the fandom has not accepted it. I'm
Dang.
still cautiously optimistic, just because
It's Lord of the Rings.
it's Lord of the Rings, and I really want it to do well. But I felt that way about Star Wars and all the Star Wars stuff that was coming up on Disney Plus, and
Mhm.
it was absolute garbage.
Mhm.
Well, okay, I guess that's not fair. It wasn't
Yeah,
absolute
you're saying
garbage.
that phrase a lot lately.
But it's definitely not good enough for the quality and service to the fans, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Is this something that they brought Peter Jackson around for, or is he
No,
not involved in this at
not
all?
involved at all.
That sucks.
They've
That's the
also
problem.
they also have not been true to the Tolkien world, and
That
so
sucks.
they're taking complete, like, this is apparently what I've read so far, is that they are taking complete creative license. They're not referencing it at all. They're just kind of bringing in the characters. They're telling their own story to get to the point where the Hobbit starts, basically.
So it sounds like a corporate thing,
Yeah.
and not an art. See, that's one of the things that I feel like is falling short in Hollywood. Is studios are being so corporate, and they're not allowing these artists to be artists. Like,
I think that's part of it. I think part of it is, the studios and stuff are just like, well, hey, we need to make sure that we have all of our check marks and make sure everybody's we're being inclusive and all this stuff.
it sounds like that's what they're doing with Rings of Power. That's what Warner Brothers did with the DC universe. That's what they did with even like Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter. So I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because it unfortunately does not make great movies.
No, it doesn't. It sucks.
It doesn't. It does not make good movies. Doesn't make good characters and character progressions.
Just like why?
it
Like
just-
why wouldn't you let them have their creative freedom? That brings in so much more. It has been shown. Like Top Gun Maverick, for example.
Yeah, I mean, look at the example. I mean, I'm referencing Marvel, I guess technically Sony, along with Marvel Studios, right, or Disney. But the Spider-Man series, the 3 movies with Tom, the first one was okay. The second one was not great, because they're pushing really, really hard that white man bad, and men are all pigs, and then that second one didn't do that great, and then the third one, they got rid of all that bullshit, and guess what? It did better than the Avenger films. Like, all you got to do is just make a good movie and get your politics out of it. And what happens? The money rolls in.
Yeah, I feel like it's just such a hard pill for studios and corporate to swallow.
Yeah.
Like,
so what do we got? What's our homework for this week? Because we're gonna do another
oh yeah,
one of these next week. What do you think we should watch?
have you guys? I'm gonna throw a recommendation towards you. Have you guys ever seen Servant on Apple TV?
Yes, we did Servant already,
Oh dang, never mind.
and we done see season 1.
Okay.
I believe. No, yeah, we did see season 1 and season 2, because we'd already seen both of them.
Season 3 is out.
It's out now?
Season 3 has been out for a little bit. Yeah.
Really? We tried to watch it on Apple TV, and it said it wasn't out yet.
Season 3's out.
I mean,
Last I checked, it was out.
I could be wrong. Season 3, no.
Or
Have you seen it?
Says
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
will premiere on Apple TV Plus on Friday, August 26th at 3 a.m.
Season 3 is out. Yeah.
No, August 26th.
26th. So that is Friday
Yeah.
or Thursday? I don't know.
No,
it's not letting me pull up my
Season 3. I have all the episodes of season 3 on my phone right here.
bro.
Shut up.
You got
No.
you lying.
No, I'm
It
not.
says
lying.
it's not coming out until August 26th. We're in August. That's 5 days
2021 or
away.
2022.
2022. 1,
Are
2,
you
3,
talking
4 days
season
away.
2?
I'm literally looking at season 3 episodes 1 through
You show
10.
me right now, sir. What the heck? Ugh.
We need to do better on your microphone, sweetheart. It was completely covering your face today, so we'll have to change that next time. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say,
You're
yeah,
a very beautiful woman. I want to see your face.
I don't want to be on camera.
Well, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to be on camera, Moria.
But yeah, season 3 is out.
No, see?
Bro.
Oh, C. I said servant.
No, season 3 is not
season
out.
3. I was like, no.
Yeah, Servant season 3. Yeah, we've seen the Servant series. It's a really good series.
I thought this whole time we were talking about servant.
Like,
Anyways,
solid.
season 3 I know is
solid.
out.
Solid.
See, C is one of those it's one of those gems that not a lot of people know about, and it's got Jason Momoa in it. It has Dave Bautista.
I think
in the
it's
second season.
definitely his best work.
I do
honestly.
too. It's the one that you can tell he's probably the most invested in. I think
Yeah.
I've never seen him more invested in anything. Even like Game of Thrones when he was playing Khal Drogo, like he's more.
Yeah.
He definitely put his soul more into this one.
I
So.
agree. I think that would be a good one to see. But
If you haven't seen
what
C,
are we gonna
go
see?
watch it.
Yeah, what are we gonna see before our next one? We just want to discuss that afterwards.
Yeah. Can we get off camera?
I really don't really. I don't really know what
done.
to discuss right now, just because I haven't.
I say we get off camera.
Okay, we can discuss that before you leave.
We're at time anyway.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
and I do need to get going so I can go to sleep.
Yep. So definitely go out and see Top Gun, the first one, and then go see Top Gun Maverick. It was really good. We were all very impressed by him. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, click that damn bell, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss another content release. And from our family to yours, good night.
Bye.
Hello everyone, Jay Rhymes with the Periodic Review. Today's video is sponsored by viewers like you, so thank you. Hopefully we've earned your subscription today, so don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that damn bell to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a content release. Check out the video links at the end of every video to view our previous content, as well as visit the description section for more links to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and from my family to yours,